What a difference a few new faces can make. The WAFL Eagles gave fans the performance of the season against the Tigers on the weekend, and whilst the result didn't go our way, West Coast, buoyed by the additions of Connor West and Will Collins, took it up to the ladder-leading Tigers on their home deck before eventually falling by 27 points. Welcome to the WAFL Show. Hamish is back with me, and come as the captain, mate, tell us, what are your thoughts about that? Probably a bit flat that we lost, but pretty happy with the performance.
Yeah, Jared, good to be back. Unfortunately, we didn't get the points, but yeah, definitely our best game for the season. So we're very happy with that. It was 4-quarter effort, and I mean that just proves that if we can stay with the game for the whole time, we can match it with anyone. So a very, very tough and contested game. Feeling pretty battered and bruised at the moment, but something that will sort of go off for the rest of the year is that contest and that effort we put across 4 quarters. And if not for some probably inaccuracy in front of goals, we probably could have matched it and maybe even snuck away with the 4 points. So we'll be focusing on that game heavily and then going forward for the rest of the year. And
what about the coach's comments? Praddy, he's been wanting the guys just to play and be really competitive. What was his thoughts post game?
Yeah, he had a pretty similar sentiment to what I just sort of said then. He was so happy with our contest and our effort. Although we didn't get the points, he just said if we can keep doing that for the rest of the year, we'll be right in it. So he was very, very happy after the game.
And speaking of one of the boys that unfortunately wasn't right in it, we lost Cal Jamison before the game. Tell us, Hammer, what sort of happened there? What was the issue?
Yeah, I think he's got some tuber grip on his lower leg. He had a scan the Friday before the game, and the results came back. And I think he's just going to have a week off. We got the bye next week, so he should be back after that. I don't think it'll hold him out for too long.
Brilliant, great result. And as we take a look at the stats, normally we go goals, we're going to go disposals first this time. Connor West, he made a statement in his first game as an Eagle, so impressive. He led the way with 29 touches, but I think, Hamish, you're going to give him 30 later on. We'll take a closer look there. Hamish, though, yourself, you had 26 to go along with 7 inside 50s. And Hutch, he's doing so well on his return from injury. He finished the day with 24. The small forwards, though, proved very potent in front of goals for us. Kieran Hugg and Cooper Nitschke did the heavy lifting. They had 3 goals apiece. Hugg was so dangerous early on, and Cooper's second term was a delight to behold in the goal square. They played their roles perfectly on the day. And our goal scorers were rounded out by Connor West, Chris Pornich, and yourself, Hamish, getting a few snags on the board. And there's a man that you talked about last week, Hamish, Nathan Vardy. Did he channel his inner Liam Ryan?
Yeah, he did. He got up pretty high a couple of times on the weekend, Vards. His first one was probably his best. He doesn't often get up that high outside of a ruck contest, but no, good to see the big fella getting up and going. He played a very good game, but yeah, definitely a couple of highlights there for the big fella.
And it's time for the captain's calls. Now, Hamish, would it be a fair estimation to say that our first quarter misses probably came back to haunt us in the end?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, we kicked 7 points in the first quarter, which probably, if we kick a few more of them, we could be 4 or 5 goals up going into quarter time, and then who knows what that plays out for the rest of the game. We missed a couple in the second quarter, and then in the third and fourth, we had, I think, in the third quarter, we kicked 2 points from basically the goal square, which really hurts. So, I mean, we look at the positives there. We had a lot of inside 50s. We had a lot of supply that gave us those looks. So, if we can keep focusing on how we sort of got the opportunities to score, hopefully the goals will start coming further on in the year.
Now, Hamish, a name that is back at the club after a long layoff. The Sumich name's returned. Tell us a bit about who that was and how they performed.
Yeah, Zane. Sumup came down for his first game. He was actually really, really good, I thought. Unlike his old man, he's up the other end of the ground. He played down back. But he's just a big, strong boy. He played a couple of games for South Freo in their league team, so he knows that level of footy. And he did a really good job down back for his first game. Got around the boys really well, gelled with the group. But a big, strong body and exactly what we needed.
And another name down back, a new face as well, Will Collins. Tell us a bit about what Eagles fans can really expect from him. 8 disposals, pretty impressive performance down back.
Yeah, big Phil. He probably won't fill the stat sheet with disposals touches wise, but his impact on the game outside of that is what we look for. He really, really quick defender, long arms, gets his hand in, spoils a lot of contests, doesn't lose many one-on-ones. Unless you go back to a pre-season game where I took a contested mark on him on the wing, but that's neither here nor there. No, he's great. So his impact on the game is outside of the stat sheet, and that's what we really love. Just makes contests and sets us up from halfback.
Now, Hamish, I believe there's one new face that you want to take a closer look at. It's time to drop the hammer.
Yeah, the new face and mullet that I would like to highlight is Connor West. His first game for the club, ultra impressive. Jared said he had 29 before. I'm giving him 30. He had 30, had a lot of inside 50s, I think one more than me, he had 8. Tackle machine, and he was just so impressive. For a team, to come into a new team and play the way he did was a credit to the way he goes about his footy. I think he had a really good first half, and Clement put a lot of work into him in the second half, which for a new fella says a lot about his ability and the way he played the game. We've been struggling in the midfield probably the last month, and to get someone like that in and play the way he has, really stamped himself on the game, and he's definitely going to have a bright future with the Eagles. So he's a face and a haircut that you'll be seeing a lot more of, I'm sure.
I'm very curious to see what Adam Simpson and the coaching staff thought of his performance. They definitely watched him over in Sydney. But we're going to have to wait until another week to see Connor West, because we have a bye this week. We're going to have reset, recharge, and get ready to attack the second half of the season. Normally the AFL squad was also going to be preparing for the bye this weekend, but the fixture change will see us taking on the Tigers this Sunday night, 5:20 at Optus. See ya.